Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to solve Model Question Paper 2 from Engineering Mathematics-1 25 series syllabus. Instructions. The question paper has 5 parts, namely A, B, C, D. Answer all the parts. Part A. This part A has 15 multiple choice questions. Each question carries 1 marks. Also, it has 5 fill in the blanks questions. Each question carries 1 marks. Part B. Here total 8 questions. So in these 8 questions, answer any 5 questions. Each carries 2 marks. Part C. Total 8 questions. In these 8 questions, answer any 5 questions. Each question carries 3 marks. Next, part D. This part D is having 2 sections, section 1 as well as section 2. In section 1, total 8 questions will be there. In these 8 questions, answer any 5 questions. Each question carries 5 marks. Section 2, total 5 questions. In these 5 questions, answer any 3 questions. Each question carries 10 marks. Part A, first question. If A is a matrix of order m cross n, then its transpose A power capital letter D is a matrix of order dash. So first, understand what is mean by transpose of matrix. This transpose of matrix is obtained by interchanging rows in terms of columns, otherwise columns in terms of rows. For example, let us consider one matrix A is equals to 1 2 1, that is the first row, 3 0 4, that is the second row. Order of this matrix is 2 cross 3. So 2 indicates number of rows, 3 indicates number of columns. Generally, this order we are going to write it as m cross n. M indicates number of rows and n indicates number of columns in which matrix? A matrix. Then take transpose of A. So that time A transpose is equals to, what will happen? First row becomes first column, second row becomes second column. So here what will happen? Each row of A becomes column of A transpose, or each column of A becomes a row of A transpose. So that time transpose of a matrix order becomes 3 cross 2. Generally it can be written as n cross m. Therefore correct option is B, that is n cross m. Next, second question. Let A be a square matrix, I be the identity matrix, and lambda be any constant, then the characteristic equation of A is given by. So characteristic equation of A is given by the formula determinant of A minus lambda I is equals to 0. Therefore, correct option is B. Determinant of A minus lambda I is equals to 0. Next, third question. If A be the square matrix and I be the identity matrix, then A into adjoint of A is equals to. So we know there is a property in adjoint of matrix. What is that property? A into adjoint of A value is always equals to determinant of A into I. Therefore, again the correct option is B. So B, determinant of A into I. Fourth one, unit vector is a vector whose magnitude is dash. So we know a unit vector is a vector that has the magnitude of 1. Magnitude means vector length or size. Therefore, the correct option is A, that is 1. Fifth, if two vectors A vector and B vector are orthogonal, then see, if two vectors A vector and B vector are orthogonal, orthogonal is also called perpendicular. Then the condition is A vector dot B vector is equals to 0. So this is the condition if two vectors are orthogonal. Therefore, the correct option is D, that is A vector dot B vector is equals to 0. 6. If F vector be the force and S vector be the displacement vector, then work done is dash. So we know if F vector is the force and S vector is the displacement, then work done is given by the formula W is equals to F vector dot S vector. So this is the work done formula. Therefore, the correct option is B, F vector dot S vector. Next, seventh one. The value of 210 degree is equals to dash in radians. Here we need to convert degree to what? Radian. So in trigonometry there is a formula. Conversion. What is that conversion of degree into radian? So whenever we need to convert a degree to radian, what we need to do is for that particular degree, we need to multiply with the pi divided by 180. So that time degree will convert into radian. So here 210 degree is given. So write first 210 degree. So for this 210 multiply with the pi divided by 180. That time this 210 degree will convert into radian. So after doing the multiplication, next divide 210 by 180. So 210 divided by 180. So 1.16. So right 1.16, and this pi I'm going to keep it as it is. But this answer is not there in this options. So that time what we need to do is this 1.16 keep it as it is and then substitute pi value. So pi value is 3.142. Then multiply 1.16 into 3.142. So that time what is the answer? 3.6. So right here 3.6. Therefore, the correct option is A, that is 3.66. Next, eighth one. The value of tan 600 degree is equals to dash. So this is the allied angle problem. So first write tan 600 degree. So first step, divide 600 by 90. So if I divide 600 by 90, 600 divided by 90, 6.66. 6.66. So this means this 6.66 comes in between 6 and 7. So one is by even number, another one is by odd number. That means this given example can be solved by taking the even number or else by taking odd number. So I am going to take even number. Therefore, which is equals to tan 600 can be written as 6 into 90. That is 540. 6 into 90. To get this 600, what we need to do, 6 into 90, 540, add with 60. So that time 540 plus 60 becomes 600, which is equals to, because of even number, tan remains tan. How much degree? 60 degree. Keep it as it is. Next, rotate 6 plus. So draw plus, start with a 0. So remember, if plus comes, that means it will jump to the next quadrant. If minus comes, that means it will go back to previous quadrant. Previous quadrant. So here plus is there. So 6 plus means start with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Till here it will come. Plus means it will go to the next quadrant. Means third quadrant. So we know in third quadrant, tan and cot are positive, remaining 4 are negative. So which trigonometric ratio is here? Tan. Therefore tan is positive in which quadrant? Third quadrant. Therefore plus tan 60. Then see trigonometric standard angle table. So we know tan 60 degree value is root 3. Therefore answer for tan 600 degree is root 3. Therefore, the correct option is A, that is root 3. Next, cos A plus B is equals to dash. So, this is the compound angle formula, cos A plus B. What is cos A plus B formula? Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Therefore, the correct option is C. Answer is cos A into cos B minus sin A into sin B. So next, question number 10. The value of I to the power 10 is equals to question mark. So if you want to find out the value of I to the power 10, we should know the power of I in complex number. We know that I square value is minus 1. Next, I to the power 3 value is minus I, because this I to the power 3 can be written as I square into I. So we know I square is minus 1. So minus 1 into I is nothing but minus I. Therefore, I cube value becomes minus I. Similarly, I to the power 4 is equals to 1, because I to the power 4 can be written as I square into I square, which is equals to I square is minus 1. So minus 1 into again I square is minus 1. Minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1. Therefore remember, I to the power 4 is nothing but 1. So now take this given question, I to the power 10. So next, we know 4 plus 4 plus 2. How much? 10. Correct. Therefore, this I to the power 10 can be written as I to the power 4 into I to the power 4 into I to the power 2. So, if bases are same, that time what we need to do? We need to add the powers. Correct. Therefore, if bases are same, I keep it as it is, add the power 4 plus 4 plus 2. So that time I to the power 4 plus 4 plus 2 is how much? 10. Again we will get I to the power 10. So after this, next substitute I to the power 4. I to the power 4 is 1. So this value becomes 1 into I to the power 4 is 1 into I square. I square is minus 1, which is equals to, so 1 into 1 is 1, again 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. Therefore remember, I to the power 10 value is how much? Minus 1. Therefore the correct option is A, that is minus 1. Next, question number 11. The conjugate of a complex number minus x plus iy is dash. So we should know what is mean by conjugate of complex number. See, the conjugate of the complex number is obtained by changing the sign of its imaginary part. Suppose if I consider one complex number general form, that is a plus b into I. So in this general form of the complex number, this a is nothing but the real part. Okay, so this a is nothing but real part, and this is nothing but bi is nothing but imaginary part. So this is the imaginary part and this is the real part. See, conjugate of the complex number is obtained by changing the sign of its imaginary part. So imaginary part sign is plus. Therefore, if I want to write the conjugate of this complex number, that time this a plus bi becomes a minus bi. We need to take the opposite sign. If minus is there, that time it becomes plus. If plus is there, that time it becomes minus. Therefore, here which complex number is given? Z is equals to minus x plus I into y. Only we need to change the sign of its imaginary part. Plus is there. So if I want to write the conjugate of this complex number, so that time it becomes minus x minus I into y. Therefore, the correct option is B. So correct option is what? B. B is minus x minus I into y. Next, question number 12. If z1 is equals to 1 plus I and z2 is equals to 1 minus I, then z1 into, so this is z2. z1 into z2 is dash. So take z1 into z2 first. Now substitute z1 value, that is 1 plus I into z2 is 1 minus I. See, once I substitute z1 1 plus I and z2 1 minus I, that time this becomes a plus b into a minus b. We know the formula a plus b into a minus b is what? A square minus of b square. So remember, a means 1, so this becomes 1 square, minus b means I, so it becomes I square. Next, which is equals to 1 square is 1 minus, next we know I square. The power of I in complex number, I square value becomes how much? Minus 1. Correct? Therefore, we know I square is nothing but minus 1. Therefore, in bracket, I square is minus 1, substitute. So, which is equals to 1 as it is, minus into minus becomes plus. So, 1 plus 1 is 2. So, directly here I applied the formula. Otherwise, you can solve like this also. Or z1 into z2. First z1, 1 plus I into 1 minus I. Open the bracket. First, 1 into 1 is 1. 1 into minus I is minus I. Next, plus into plus again plus, I into 1 is again 1I, that is I, plus into minus is minus, I into I becomes I square. So that time, which is equals to plus I and minus I get cancelled. So 1 as it is minus, remaining value is I square. So which is equals to 1 minus, you keep it as it is, again I square is minus 1. So substitute minus 1 in the bracket. So next, open the bracket, minus into minus becomes 1. Therefore 1 plus 1 is how much? 2. Therefore the correct option is A, that is 2. A is equals to 2. 13th one, the value of the limit x approaches to 0 sine 2x divided by x is dash. So write that question, limit when x approaches to 0 sine 2x divided by x. First step, wherever x comes substitute 0. So if I substitute 0 here, 2 into 0 is 0. Next it becomes sine 0. We know sine 0 is 0, correct? Sine 0 value is 0 divided by, again x becomes 0. Therefore remember, at x is equals to 0, we are getting indeterminate form, that is 0 divided by 0. So next, if you want to find out the value of limit x approaches to 0 sine 2x divided by x, that time we are going to apply the standard formula. What is that standard formula? Limit when theta tends to 0 sine theta divided by theta value becomes how much? 1. So when this value becomes 1, when these two angles should be same. But here in this given question, we cannot apply directly this formula, because so in the given question sine 2x divided by x is there. Here 2x, here x, both are not equal. Therefore if I want to make this denominator as 2, what I need to do is multiply numerator and denominator by 2. So that time, which is equals to limit x approaches to 0 sine 2x divided by x, multiply numerator by 2 and denominator by 2. So next, which is equals to limit x approaches to 0, so sine 2x divided by 2 into x is 2x into 2. So this 2 I am going to keep it as it is. Once I multiply numerator and denominator by 2, so that time this becomes, this looks like sine theta divided by theta. See, now these two angles are same. Now apply this formula. When theta tends to 0, sine theta divided by theta is 1. When x tends to 0, that time sine 2x divided by 2x becomes 1. And this 2, keep it as it is, into 2. Therefore 1 into 2 is 2. So this is the final answer. Therefore the correct option is B. So B is equals to 2. Next, question number 14. The value of the limit x tends to 2, x minus 2 divided by x plus 1 is dash. So write the question, limit x tends to 2, x minus 2 divided by x plus 1. First step, put x is equals to 2. Wherever x comes, substitute 2. Check whether you are getting indeterminate form or no. Suppose if you get indeterminate form, then further we need to do the simplification. Suppose if we do not get indeterminate form, that time that is the final answer. Substitute now, x is equals to 2. So 2 minus 2 divided by 2 plus 1. So which is equals to 2 minus 2 is how much? 0 divided by 2 plus 1 is 3. We know 0 divided by any value. 0 divided by any value is always 0. Therefore 0 divided by 3 is how much? 0. Therefore this is the final answer. Therefore correct option is A, that is 0. Next, 15th, the value of the limit theta tends to 0, theta divided by tan theta is dash. So limit theta approaches to 0, theta divided by tan theta. First substitute at theta is equals to 0. So this numerator becomes 0 divided by denominator tan 0. We know in trigonometry tan 0 value is 0. Therefore denominator also becomes 0. So that time we are getting 0 divided by 0, which is indeterminate form. Next, further we need to do the simplification. So that time we are going to apply the standard formula. What is that? When limit theta approaches to 0, tan theta divided by theta value is how much? 1. So to get this form, what we need to do is write that given question once again. Limit theta approaches to 0, theta divided by tan theta. Next, divide numerator value as well as denominator value by theta. Correct. So divide now. So which is equals to limit theta approaches to 0, this numerator value divide by theta, and this denominator value divide by theta. Divide by theta. So then only see now denominator we are getting the standard form. So next, therefore that time this theta and theta get cancelled. So what is the remaining value? Limit theta approaches to 0, in the numerator remaining value is 1 divided by denominator, keep it as it is, that is theta divided by theta. Next, apply limit theta tends to 0. So that time this denominator value directly becomes how much? 1. So after applying limit theta tends to 0, numerator value keep it as it is divided by this denominator value becomes 1. So divided by 1. Therefore 1 divided by 1 is 1. Therefore the correct option is B, that is 1. Next, second, fill in the blanks with suitable answer provided in the brackets. So means we need to solve the given questions. Already answers are given in the bracket. We need to choose the correct answer. First question, inverse of a matrix exists only for dash matrix. So before this, let us understand what is mean by singular matrix and what is mean by non-singular matrix. See, singular matrix means singular matrix definition is any matrix you consider if that determinant value goes to 0, then such type of matrix we are going to call it as singular matrix. Next, non-singular matrix. Non-singular matrix. So non-singular matrix condition is determinant of A should not be 0. That means any matrix you consider, if you find out the determinant of that particular matrix, if that final answer is not equals to 0, then such type of matrix we are going to call it as non-singular matrix. Now see, question is inverse of a square matrix exists only for which type of matrix? We know inverse of matrix formula. So what is that? Inverse of matrix, that is a power minus 1. A inverse is equals to, what is the formula? Adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. Here condition is inverse of matrix is possible only when this denominator value should not be 0. Correct? When inverse of matrix exists only when determinant of A should not be 0. Because if this determinant of A value goes to 0, so that time any value divided by 0 goes to infinite. That's why inverse of matrix condition is this denominator value should not be 0. So now in the option C here non-singular is given. Correct? Therefore when it is non-singular matrix means if that determinant of A value should not be 0. Therefore the correct answer is non-singular. Inverse of a square matrix exists only for which type of matrix? Non-singular matrix. Answer is non-singular. Next, second one. Addition of two vectors 3i plus j minus 2k and I minus 2j plus 2k is dash. So two vectors are given. First vector I am going to consider as a vector, that is 3i. J can be written as 1j minus 2k comma b vector is equals to I can be written as 1i minus 2j plus 2k. So two vectors are already given, a vector and b vector. First, next addition of two vectors means next step a vector plus b vector, addition of two vectors. So do the addition now. So which is equals to, in bracket first substitute a vector value 3i plus 1j minus 2k, middle plus sign, b vector. What is that b vector? 1i minus 2j plus 2k. Add, open the bracket. So 3i plus 1j minus 2k, plus into plus is plus 1i, plus into minus is minus 2j, plus into plus is plus 2k. Okay, so next which is equals to, now you can see here minus 2k and plus 2k get cancelled. Here 3 times of I, here 1 times of I. Therefore we know 3 plus 1 is 4 times of I. Next 1 times of j minus 2 times of j. Therefore 1 minus 2 is minus 1 times of j. So that is equals to 4i minus 1j can be written as what? J. Therefore the correct answer is 4i minus j. Answer is 4i minus j. Next, third one. The value of sine 90 minus theta. Again, allied angle problem it is. Therefore, first simplify. Sine, write the question 90 minus theta. As usual here, angle is 90 is there. So 90 you divide by 90. So cancel these two. What is the remaining value? 1. So which is equals to sine, keep it as it is. Next write it in standard form. How to write this 90? I'm going to take 1 into 90 minus this theta. I'm going to keep it as it is. Next, which is equals to, after getting in standard form, next we need to check whether the number is even or odd. So this is which type of number? Odd number. So we know in an allied angle, if the number is odd, that time sine changes to what here? Cos. So which trigonometric ratio is here? Sine. Therefore because of this odd number, sine changes to cos. Then here at the end, whichever the angle comes, keep that angle as it is, theta. Okay. Next, rotate 1 minus. So draw plus, start with 0, 0, 1. So plus means next quadrant, minus means previous quadrant. Minus is there, previous means which quadrant here? First quadrant. Again we know in first quadrant all 6 trigonometric ratios are positive. Therefore this sign is positive in first quadrant. Therefore, sine 90 minus theta, final answer is cos theta. Therefore, correct answer is, here it is, cos theta. Cos theta. Next, fourth one. The modulus of the complex number z is equals to 15 minus 8i is dash. So, consider that complex number z is equals to 15 minus 8i. Next, I'm going to rewrite this. How to rewrite? 15 minus 8i can be written as plus in bracket minus 8i, because plus into minus is minus. After rewriting this, next what I'm going to do, this given complex number I'm going to compare with standard form. So what is the standard form of the complex number? A plus b into I. So that time a value, that is 15, and b value is minus 8. So we got a and b. Next we need to find out the modulus. Therefore, modulus of a complex number is given by the formula square root of a square plus b square. So which is equals to, substitute square root of a. A is 15 square plus b is minus 8 square. So which is equals to square root, keep it as it is. So directly use the calculator. So first see 15 square. So in bracket 15 bracket complete square plus next minus 8 square. Again in bracket minus 8 bracket complete square. So which is equals to, what is the answer? 289. 289. So which is equals to, now square root of 289. So square root of 289 is nothing but 17. Correct? Therefore 17. Therefore what is the correct answer? Here it is, 17. So right, the modulus of the complex number z is equals to 15 minus 8i. Answer is 70. So next, the limiting value of limit x approaches to 1, 5x minus 6 is dash. So given question is limit as x approaches to 1, 5x minus 6. What is the first step? Wherever x comes, substitute 1. Therefore, at x is equals to 1. Substitute 5 into 1 minus 6. So which is equals to 5 minus 6. So 5 minus 6, what is the final answer here? Minus 1. Therefore, the limiting value of limit x approaches to 1, 5x minus 6 is, here it is, minus 1. So right, final answer is minus 1. Next, part B. Answer any 5 questions, each carries 2 marks. First question, A vector is given 1, 3, 4, 5. B vector is given 10, 11, 0, 2. Then find matrix A transpose and B transpose. Just we need to find A matrix transpose as well as what? B matrix transpose. So transpose of matrix means we need to interchange either rows in terms of what? Columns, otherwise columns in terms of rows. Therefore, in the solution, first write A matrix value. A is equals to 1, 3, 4, 5. So, therefore, A transpose is equals to, transpose of the matrix is given by what? Interchange rows in terms of columns, means first row, that is 1, 3, I'm going to write it as a first column 1, 3. second row 4 5, write it as a second column 4 5. So this is nothing but transpose of matrix A. Next B is equals to, so B is 10 11 0 2. Therefore B transpose is equals to, again interchange, first row write it as a first column and the second row write it as a second column. So this is nothing but transpose of which matrix? B matrix. So next, if A is equals to 4 3 0 2, then find matrix A square. So this is matrix multiplication. So write A square. So we know A square can be written as A into A, correct? First, A matrix is there, write A matrix value. First A, that is 4 3 0 2 into again A matrix 4 3 0 2. So order of this matrix is 2 cross 2. Order of this matrix is also 2 cross 2. Therefore these two are same, that is equal. Therefore matrix multiplication is possible. Next, apply matrix multiplication means I'm going to apply the box method. So at this corner write A into A. So row and here column. This means in this part write A matrix row, in this part again A matrix column. So A matrix rows, next A matrix columns. So what is the first row? 4 3, so write it as a plus 4 plus 3, put one line. Second row plus 0 plus 2. Next, second matrix column 4 0 plus 4 plus 0. Next, second column plus 3 plus 2. Now multiply, plus into plus is plus, 4 into 4 16, plus into plus plus 3 into 0 0, plus into plus 4 into 3 12, plus into plus 3 into 2 6, plus into plus 0 into 4 0, plus into plus 2 into 0 0, plus into plus 0 into 3 0, plus into plus 2 into 2 4. So next, which is equals to, again in matrix form write all the values as it is, that is plus 16 plus 0 plus 12 plus 6 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4. Therefore add all the numbers. Therefore 16 plus 0 is 16, 12 plus 6 is 18, 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 4 is 4. So this is the value of A square. Next, if A vector is equals to 3i minus 5j plus 2k, then find magnitude of A vector. So first write A vector. A vector is 3i minus 5j plus 2k. Okay, so here I coefficient, that becomes the value of x 3, j coefficient, that is minus 5 becomes the value of y, and k coefficient, that is 2, becomes the value of z. Next we need to find out the magnitude. So in vector, what is the magnitude formula? Magnitude of A is equals to square root of x square plus y square plus z square. Now substitute, which is equals to square root, keep it as it is, x is 3 square plus y is minus 5 square plus z is 2 square. Next, which is equals to square root, keep it as it is. Now directly use the calculator. So first 3 square in bracket 3 square plus minus 5 square again in bracket minus 5 bracket complete square plus 2 square again in bracket 2 bracket complete square. So then press equals to, so what is the final answer? 38. Therefore magnitude of A vector is square root of 38. Next, A vector is equals to I minus j plus 3k, B vector is equals to 2i plus j minus k. Then find magnitude of A vector plus B vector. So in this example, before finding the magnitude, first we should find out the value of A vector plus B vector. So write solution A vector plus B vector. So first write A vector in bracket I can be written as 1i minus j can be written as 1j plus 3k. So this is the A vector plus again in bracket B vector 2i, again j can be written as 1j and k can be written as minus 1k. Next, open the bracket. So which is equals to 1i minus 1j plus 3k plus into plus is plus, open the bracket. So 2i plus into plus is plus 1j, again plus into minus is minus 1k. So now add I with I term, j with j, k with k term. Therefore 1i minus plus 2i, 1 plus 2 is what? 3i. Next minus 1j plus 1j, so directly it get cancelled, minus 1 plus 1. Next 3k minus 1k, so 3 minus 1 is 2, so minus 1j plus 1j both get cancelled, so remaining is 0 times of j. Next 3 minus 1 is 2 times of k. So this is the value of A vector plus B vector. So here remember x value that becomes 3, y value j coefficient 0 and z value k coefficient becomes 2. So after finding A plus B, next we need to find out the magnitude of A vector plus B vector. Therefore, magnitude of A vector plus B vector is given by the formula square root of x square plus y square plus z square. So which is equals to square root, keep it as it is, substitute x is 3 square plus y is 0 square plus z is 2 square. Next, which is equals to square root, keep it as it is, directly use the calculator again. 3 square first in bracket, so 3 square plus next again in bracket 0 bracket complete square plus 2 square again in bracket 2 bracket complete square. So answer is 13. Therefore, magnitude of A vector plus B vector, final answer is what? Square root of 13. Next, evaluate cos 120 degree allied angle problem. Solution. So write cos 120 degree. First step, divide this 120 by 90. 120 divided by 90. 1.33. 1.33, that means 1.33 comes in between 1 and 2. In this I'm going to take even number. So this allied angle problem can be solved by taking odd number also, otherwise by taking even number also. So I'm going to take the even number, therefore which is equals to this cos 120 can be written in standard form. How to write it in the standard form? Write this 2. So 2 into 90. So 2 into 90 is 180, but we need 120. So for this 120 we need to subtract 60. Then only 180 minus 60 becomes how much? 120. So which is equals to, after getting in standard form, check whether this number is even or odd number. So this is which type of number? Even number. So we know in even number all 6 trigonometric ratios remains same. Therefore cos remains cos. At the end 60 degrees there, so keep that 60 as it is. Next rotate 2 minus, draw plus, start with 0 0 1 2. Plus means next quadrant it will jump, minus means previous quadrant. Here minus is there, so it will go back to the previous quadrant. So previous means this is which quadrant? Second quadrant. We know in second quadrant this given trigonometric ratio, that is cos, is negative. Only in second quadrant sine and cosec are positive, remaining 4 are negative. In remaining which trigonometric ratio comes? Cos. Therefore remember cos is negative in which quadrant? Second quadrant. Next, negative sign, keep it as it is, cos 60 degree. See the trigonometric standard angle table. Cos 60 degree value is how much? 1 divided by 2. Therefore final answer for cos 120 degree is minus 1 divided by 2. Next, convert 11 pi divided by 5 in degree. Solution. Right, first 11 pi divided by 5. So we know in trigonometry, if you want to convert radian to degree, what we need to do? For that given radian, we need to multiply with 180 divided by pi, then only it will convert into degree. So this is the degree. So for this 11 pi divided by 5 multiply with 180 divided by pi, that time this radian will convert into degree. So which is equals to, cancel pi and pi. Next, directly use the calculator. Therefore 11 into 180, 11 into 180, how much? 1980. Next, divided by 5, divided by 5. So what is the final answer? 396. So 396 degree. Find the value of I to the power 4 minus I to the power 10. I to the power 4 minus I to the power 10. So we know in complex number, the power of I in complex number, I square value is minus 1, I to the power 3 value is minus I, and I to the power 4 value is 1. Therefore first I raised to 4 is there. We know I raised to 4 value is 1. Next, I to the power 10. So this I to the power 10 can be written as I to the power 4 into I to the power 4 into I to the power 2. If bases are same, that time we need to add the power. So that time I raised to 4 plus 4 plus 2. So 4 plus 4 plus 2 becomes how much? I to the power 10. Therefore remember, I to the power 10 can be written as I to the power 4 into I to the power 4 into I square. Now substitute. I to the power 4 is 1. So 1 into, again I to the power 4, 1 into I square is minus 1. Therefore 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. Therefore remember I to the power 10 value is how much? Minus 1. Now substitute I raised to 4 value and I raised to 10 value in this given question. Therefore which is equals to I raised to 4 is 1, 1 middle minus sign, I raised to 10 value is minus 1. So in bracket write minus 1, which is equals to 1 minus into minus plus 1. Therefore what is the final answer? 1 plus 1 is 2. Next, evaluate limit theta tends to 0 sine 3 theta divided by theta. Solution. Limit question is theta tends to 0 sine 3 theta divided by theta. So first step, at theta is equals to 0, substitute. 0 into 3 is 0, sine 0 is 0, divided by denominator, again theta tends to how much? 0. So we are getting indeterminate form. Next, further we need to do the simplification. Here we are going to apply the standard formula. What is that standard formula? Limit theta tends to 0 sine theta divided by theta becomes 1. So to bring in the standard form, what we need to do in the next step, write that given question, limit theta tends to 0 sine 3 theta divided by theta. So when these two angles are same, then only this, if we apply sine theta tends to 0, this sine theta divided by theta becomes 1. Here we cannot apply this formula because here 3 times of theta is there, but denominator only theta is there. So to make denominator as a 3 theta, what we need to do in the next step, multiply numerator as well as denominator by 3. So which is equals to limit theta approaches to 0 sine 3 theta, keep it as it is, divided by theta also keep it as it is, multiply numerator and denominator by 3. So which is equals to limit theta approaches to 0 sine 3 theta, keep it as it is, divided by theta into 3 becomes 3 theta into this 3, numerator 3, I am going to keep it as it is. Now apply limit theta tends to 0, because this looks like a sine theta divided by theta. When once I apply limit theta tends to 0, this sine 3 theta divided by 3 theta directly becomes 1 into this 3. Therefore 1 into 3 is 3. So this is the final answer. Next, part C, answer any 5 questions. Each question carries 3 marks. So in that first one, if A is equals to one matrix is given 4 1 5 2, B is equals to another matrix 3 minus 1 0 4, find the matrix 3A plus 2B. So write 3A plus 2B first. See, first 3 is there, so write which is equals to 3. Next, A matrix, so mention that A matrix. What is that A matrix? 4 1 5 2. Next, plus sign, plus. Next, 2, so write 2. Next, B matrix, so write B matrix value 3 minus 1 0 4. So which is equals to, so directly we cannot add these two matrix, because first we need to multiply A matrix with number 3 and B matrix with number 2. So multiply 3 into 4 12, 3 into 1 3, 3 into 5 15, 3 into 2 6. Keep that plus as it is, plus again 2 into 3 6, 2 into minus 2, minus 1 minus 2, 2 into 0 0, 2 into 4 8. So next, which is equals to. Now add these two matrices. So what is the rule? Corresponding elements we need to add. So that is first element with the first element, second element with the second element, third element with the third, fourth element with fourth. Therefore, first 12 plus, next is 6, next 3, outside positive sign, inside negative sign, so plus into minus becomes minus 2, next 15 plus, next 0, and last 6 plus 8. So which is equals to 12 plus 6, 18, 3 minus 2, 1, 15 plus 0, 15, 6 plus 8, 14. So this is the value of 3a plus 2b. Second question, if a vector is equals to I plus 2j and b vector is equals to 3i plus j, then find the magnitude of 2a vector plus 3b vector. So remember, before finding the magnitude, find the value of 2a vector plus 3b vector first. Therefore, in the solution write a vector. So a vector is equals to, I can be written as 1i minus 2j, comma, b vector is equals to 3i plus j can be written as 1 times of j. So next, 2a vector plus 3b vector, right? 2a vector plus 3b vector, which is equals to, first 2 keep it as it is, next a vector, write a vector value 1i minus 2j plus 3 into, write b vector value 3i plus 1j. So now multiply 2 into 1, 2, I minus 2 into 2, 4j plus 3 into 3, 9i plus 3 into 1, 3 times of j, open the bracket, which is equals to 2i minus 4j plus into plus is plus 9i plus into plus 3 times of j. Now add I with I term. Here 2 times of I plus 9 times of I. 2 plus 9, 11 times of I. Next, minus 4 times of j plus 3 times of j. Minus 4 plus 3, if you do it in the calculator, it will show you minus 1 times of j. So this is the value of 2a vector plus 3b vector. After finding 2a vector plus 3b vector, next we need to find out the magnitude. So this is the symbol for magnitude. Therefore remember, here x value becomes 11 and y value becomes minus 1. Therefore, magnitude of 2a vector plus 3b vector is equals to, magnitude formula is square root of x square plus y square. So which is equals to square root, keep it as it is, substitute x value. What is x value here? 11. So 11 square plus y value minus 1 square. So which is equals to, keep that square root as it is, directly use the calculator. First 11 square. So 11 square plus, again in bracket, minus 1 square. Minus 1 square. Answer is 122. Therefore, magnitude of 2a vector plus 3b vector, final answer is square root of 122. Next, third question, using the formula sine a plus b, find the value of sine 75 degree. So this is the compound angle example. So first, write the formula for sine a plus b. Sine a plus b is equals to, we know in compound angle sine a plus b formula is sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. So right, sine a plus b is sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. So next, right, sine 75 degree, sine 75 degree, so which is equals to sine, keep it as it is. Next, split this 75 as 45 plus 30. 45 plus 30 is 75. So once I split 75 as 45 plus 30, that time this looks like a sine a plus b. So that time apply RHS side. Sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Remember, in the place of a 45 is there, in the place of b 30 degree is there. So wherever a comes replaced by 45, wherever b comes replaced by 30. So that time which is equals to sine a means 45 into cos b 30 plus cos a 45 into sine b, that is 30. So next, which is equals to, now see trigonometric ratios of a standard angle table. First, sine 45 degree, sine 45 degree is 1 by root 2. So in bracket 1 divided by root 2 into cos 30 degree. Cos 30 degree is root 3 by 2, root 3 divided by 2 plus again in bracket cos 45. Cos 45 degree is 1 divided by root 2 into last one sine 30 degree. Sine 30 degree is 1 divided by 2. Sine 30 degree value is 1 divided by 2. After substitution, simplify. So which is equals to 1 into root 3 is root 3 divided by root 2 into 2 is nothing but 2 root 2 plus 1 into 1 is 1 divided by root 2 into 2 is 2 root 2. Next step. Next step, take the LCM. So LCM is 2 root 2. Therefore, multiply here by 1, here also by 1, because 2 root 2 into 1 is 2 root 2, 2 root 2 into 1 is 2 root 2. Next, root 3 into 1 is root 3 plus 1 into 1 is 1. So this is the value of sine 75 degree.